Another World Cup has ended in disappointment for Jamaica, with the under-17 female team falling short in their bid. Any hopes of a historic under-17 World Cup qualification were dashed yesterday as the young Reggae Girls lost 4-0 to defending champions United States in their CONCACAF Women's Championship quarterfinal encounter in the Dominican Republic. The Jamaicans were down 1-0 from as early as the 3rd minute when Amalia Villarreal gave the Americans the lead. Charlotte Culler in the 32nd, Riley Jackson in the 42nd, and Melina Rebimbas in the 56th minute completed the scoring for the Americans. Reggae Girl striker Khadija Bonishaw along with Caroline Ware have been shortlisted for April's FA Women's Super League Player of the Month award. The pair played key roles in Manchester City, finishing the month with a 100% win record with 3 league wins and an FA Cup semi-final victory over West Ham United. Gareth Taylor's side scored an astonishing 17 goals in those 4 games to boost the team's top 3 hopes and book a place in this month's FA Cup final at Wembley. Shaw bagged 5 goals in 3 league appearances, including 4 in a 7-2 thrashing of Brighton and Hove Albion. Were also starred crafting Shaw's efforts against West Ham in a 2-0 triumph and bagged 2 goals and 2 assists against Leicester and Brighton and Hove Albion. Still on football, local clubs and Cavalier and Waterhouse will benefit from a $2 million Jamaican allocation by the government to aid their participation in the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship. The clubs will represent Jamaica at the championships that will be held in the Dominican Republic between May 13 and May 25. Teams from Haiti and the Dominican Republic will also be participating in the tournament. Raul Rui Diaz scored a brace to help Seattle Sounders make their mark in the CONCACAF Champions League history last night, beating Liga MX side Pumas Unam 3-0 in the second leg and 5-2 in aggregate to win the title. The Sounders become the first Major League Soccer side to win the Federation's annual club competition in its new format, which started in 2008-2009. Prior to that, there were only 2 other American teams to have won the CONCACAF Club crown, DC United in 1998 and the LA Galaxy in 2000 when it was known as the Champions Cup. A record CONCACAF Champions League crown of 68,761 people turned out for the match at the Lumen Field for the second leg, following last Wednesday's thrilling first leg that ended 2-2 thanks to a pair of late penalties awarded to Seattle. We go over to track and field news now, as Jamaican legend Merlin Ottey has been included in the first set of athletes to be enshrined in the U.S. Collegiate Athlete Hall of Fame. Ottey attended the University of Nebraska from 1980 to 1984, where she was part of teams that won 2 NCAA team titles. She is still the only athlete, male or female, in the history of the NCAA Track and Field Championship to score in the 100, 200, and 400 meter in the same meet in the 1983 NCAA Outdoor Championships. 30 athletes from 25 different institutions were named and are to be officially inducted at a ceremony that will take place on June 6 at the Holt Center for the Performing Arts in Eugene, Oregon, the same weekend as the NCAA Division I Track and Field Championship. The list includes American Jesse Owens, Steve Prefontaine, Carl Lewis, Jackie Joyner, Wilma Rudolph, and Carlette Godry, as well as Kenyans Henry Rono and Sally Kipiego, along with Suleiman Inyambui of Tanzania. We bowl over to cricket news now, as the West Indies are unmoved in the ICC Men's World Rankings across all 3 formats of international cricket. The regional side is 8th in the Test rankings, 9th in One-Day Internationals, and 7th in T20s after the latest ranking update, remaining firmly fixed in the positions they held before the update. Rating points earned from winning matches during the 2018-2019 season were dropped in the annual updates, and the rankings now reflect all series completed since May 2019. The ICC media release noted that series completed prior to May 2021 are now weighted at the 50% and subsequent series at 100%. After the update, West Indies lost 4 rating points in both tests and ODIs, dropping to 77 in the long format and 73 in the 50 overs aside format, but they improved 5 rating points, climbing to 240 in the T20s. Since May 2019, West Indies won only 6, lost 11 and drew 4 of the tests they have played, including a one-off test against Afghanistan 3 years ago in India and a 2-0 series sweep of Bangladesh last year away from home. During the same period, the Windies won 16, lost 26 and tied 2 of the ODIs they have played, including a series win against Afghanistan 3 years ago in India, home series clean sweeps of Ireland 2 years ago, and Sri Lanka last year. The Caribbean side won 17, lost 28 of the T20s they have played during the past 2 years, including series wins 2 years ago away and last year at home against Sri Lanka, as well as home series wins against Australia last year and England this year. Finally, in the sports news tonight, the Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat lead their best-of-7 playoff series 2-0 after respective wins over the Dallas Mavericks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Chris Paul scored 28 points for the Suns in a 129-109 win over the Mavericks in the Western Conference. The Mavericks, who host the next 2 games in their series, outscored the Suns 32-26 in the second quarter to take a 60-58 lead, with Luka Doncic top scoring with 35 points. In the Eastern Conference, the Heat also took advantage of being at home in a 119-103 victory over the 76ers. Bam Adebayo scored 23 points and Jimmy Butler added 22 for the hosts, while Tyrese Maxey scored a game-high 34 points for Philadelphia. The 76ers will hope Joel Embiid will be back tomorrow for the first of their 2 home games. And those are the stories making sports news tonight. I'm Christopher Scott. Do remember, stay safe and pleasant viewing.